The Australian English dialect.
Australian English.
The Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood.
Numbers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Greetings and phrases.
G'day. Hello. How you going? Hi. Morning. Good night. Sorry. See you later. You need help? All good. Eats what?
Ta. Nah, yeah. Yeah, nah. Check A.
Vocabulary.
Thongs. Esky. John Shop. Old mate. Smoko. Aussies. Eshe. Footpath. Chat. Full dodge. Bottlo. Brekkie. Servo. Chock-a-block. Chup. Dag. Tracky dax. Dead set. Going off. On a mission. Seno. Heaps. Mongrel. Lollies. Fella. Cactus. Snag.
Pronunciation.
Air. All. Apple. About. Bath. Better. Body. Book. Brother. Butter. Car. Cat. Cheese. Dark. Day. Door. Dog. Earth. Example. Face. Family. Father. Fire. Friend. Full. Garage. Good. House. Idea. Important. Jewelry. Juice. Kitchen. Knowledge. Laugh. Light. Like. Mate. Milk. Mother. Moon. Mountain. Mouth. Name. Natural. New. Night. Ocean. Oil. Old. Organisation. Paper. Place. Radio. Rare. School. Sister. Sun. Star. Station. Sun. Things. Thunder. Uniform. Video. Water. Young. Z.
Sample text.
Once upon a time, there was a young rat named Arthur who couldn't make up his mind. Whenever the other rats asked him if he would like to go out hunting with them, he would answer in a soft voice, "I don't know." And when they said, "Would you rather stay inside?" he wouldn't say yes or no either. He'd always avoid making a choice. One fine day, his Aunt Zelda appealed to him. "Now look here, no one is going to care about you if you carry on like this. You have no more mind of your own than a greasy old blade of grass." Arthur coughed and looked wise as usual, but said nothing. "Don't you think so?" said Zelda, stamping her foot, for she couldn't bear to see the poor little rat so cold-blooded. "I don't know," was all he ever answered. And then he'd walk off to think for an hour or more about whether he would stay in his hole in the ground or go up into the loft. One night, the rats heard a loud noise. They lived in a very dark and dreary old place. The roof let the rain come washing in, making shallow pools on the muddy floor. The beams and rafters were all rotten through, so eventually the whole structure was quite unsafe. At last one of the joists gave way and the beams fell down. The walls shook and the ceiling collapsed with a loud bang. The rats shrieked and their fur stood on end with fear and horror. "This won't do," said their leader with a scowl. "We can't stay cooped up here any longer." So he sent out scouts to search for a new home. A little later in the evening they came back, having found an old-fashioned barn near a stone house where there would be room, board and food for all of them. There they saw a kindly mare named Alberta, a cow and some birds in the garden with an elm tree in the middle. The leader gave the order at once. "Company, fall in." The rats crawled out of their holes right away, and the sad mob stood on the floor in a long line. Just then the old rat caught sight of young Arthur. He wasn't in the line, and he wasn't exactly outside it. He stood just nearby, ears pricked. "Come on, get in line," growled the old rodent unamused. "You are coming too, aren't you?" "I don't know," said Arthur calmly. Why, the idea of it! You don't think it's safe here any more, do you? I'm not certain, said Arthur, undaunted. The roof may not fall down yet. Well, said the old rat, you would be stupid not to join us. Then he turned to the assembled group and shouted, Right, about face, march. And the long line marched out of the barn while the young rat watched them. I think I'll go tomorrow, he said to himself. But then again, perhaps I won't. It's so nice and snug here. I guess I'll go back to my hole under the log for a while before I make up my mind. But during the night there was a big crash. Down came beams, rafters, joists, the whole business, in a pile of rubble. Next morning there was a foggy dew. Some boys and girls ran to the barn, and a man in boots came to view the damage. It seemed odd that the old building was not haunted by rats. But at last one of the children happened to nudge a board, and he saw a puny rat quite dead, tail half in and half out of his hole. Thus the coward got his due, and there was no mourning him.
The wren.
The wren used to have his nest in a shed. Once the oldies flew the coop to find some tucker, and left the young uns on their Pat Malone. After a while, old man Wren come back home. Crikey, he says, has someone had a go at you tin lids? You look like stunned mullet. Oh, Dad, they said, some big drongo bunyip just came along. He chucked a spaz and gave us the evil eye. That scared the clappers out of us. Righto then, says old man Wren. Where'd the bastard go? He nicked off just down the track there, they said. Wait here, old man Wren says. She'll be right, kids, I'll chase him up and give him heaps. That said, he shot off after him. When he flew around the corner, he came across a feral cat. But the wren isn't scared. He flaps onto the cat's back and rips into him. What the flock are you doing coming around my place and scaring the shite out of my little uns? The feral cat ignores the wren's ear bashing and keeps strutting his stuff. This cheeses the little loudmouth off even more. You have no business being there, I tell you. And if you come back again, it'll be on for young and old. I don't really want to do it, he says as he lifts his leg, but I'll bust your back and give you a walloping in 2 seconds. With that said, he flew back home. There you go, kids, he says. By jingo, I taught that bastard a bloody good lesson. He won't trouble us again.